How do you work these things? I can never work these things. How do you work these things? Are we live? Are we live? I think we're live. Okay. Hello. As you know, it's Monday. It's Monday, April 6th. And on Mondays, Mr. Barenberg is pretty busy. So, he's called me in today to cover his class. My name is Mort. Mort. M-O-R-T, Mort. Okay? So I'm here to cover Mr. Barenberg's class today. I have my prescription glasses on. I'm ready to go. Okay, so welcome to Monday. What was I doing again? I forget. Oh, boy. So Mr. Barenberg, he wanted me to pass along some good news to you. Now, originally, according to the school calendar, you guys were supposed to have off April 9th, 10th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. That's too many days to have off. Why would you want that many days off away from Mr. Barenberg and his classes? I don't know. So the good news is the mayor of New York City and the UFT, who's in charge of making all these decisions for teachers, have come to the agreement that you don't have any of those days off. Now they're official days of school. How cool is that? Now you got an additional 7 days of school that you didn't expect to have before. That sounds so exciting, right? Right? Okay. Now I want to explain how Mr. Barenberg has been grading his online conversation discussion boards, as he calls them. Now, I don't know what an online conversation discussion board is. I was born in 1902. But Mr. Barenberg, he told me that when he posts a discussion board question or a conversation that he wants you to have, usually for the week, he's going to do a discussion board grade. And if you comment 3 or 5 times, depending on how many times he does that, he's going to give you a grade out of that based on your discussion board. Some of you guys aren't engaging in discussions at all. And that gets you a 0 because you don't talk to each other on the discussion board. And to get a higher grade, you also need to respond to your classmates. You can't just comment on your own post. You need to talk to your classmates to get a higher grade on that discussion board. So when Mr. Barenberg posts a conversation, he wants you to respond to that question right there on that Google feed. And then he wants you to respond to somebody else's post as well. He wants you to start talking to each other on that board so he can see the conversation going on. So he's going to give you a grade for the week on discussion boards out of 3 or 5. And you got to make sure that you're talking to each other and you're talking to Mr. Barenberg, responding to those discussion questions. Marking period 1 has ended for the semester. That means that your grades that were there on Wednesday are done. They're over. So whatever you had on Wednesday, whatever you have on Pupil Path for marking period 1, that's what you're going to get for the semester. I'm not doing any late work or makeup assignments. Grades were already due. The new marking period has already started, and I've actually asked Mr. Barenberg, and he told me that he actually has some grades in there for you too. So what you should probably do is log on to Pupil Path daily, at least every few days, and check where your grade is at. Because I had a lot of people emailing me this weekend saying, well, what about my grade? And I said, I told you that Wednesday was going to be the end of the marking period. What are you going to do about it? And they were like, well, I didn't know. And I said, I told you. So make sure that you're logging in daily, at least every couple of days, to check where your grade is at. Actually, why don't you go log into Pupil Path today and go see where your grade is at right now for this new marking period, okay? Cool. Now, I get that there's a lot going on right now. So if you turn something in a little bit late, that's okay with Mr. Barenberg. He's not going to take off a lot of grades. He's not going to punish you for being a little bit late. But here's what's really important, okay? If you turn something in late, make sure you check Pupil Path first. Because if he's put a 0 in already for you, that's not to punish you. He just wants you to know that you owe something. And if he's put that 0 in for you, then what you need to do is you need to email him as well and tell him that you turned something in late. Because Pupil Path, not Pupil Path. There's too many systems. Google Classroom does not inform him by email when you submit something. So if he's already gone through the class then he doesn't know that you've submitted something late. And if you submit something late, then it's your responsibility to say, hey, Mr. Barenberg, I saw that I had the 0, and I just wanted to let you know I just submitted it. So please, if you're going to submit something late, then tell Mr. Barenberg. Send him an email along with what you've submitted late and saying, hey, Mr. Barenberg, I'm sorry about this. I submitted it late. That way he can go back into that assignment on Google Classroom and make sure he gives you a good grade. Because he doesn't want you to he doesn't want you to get a 0 because you submitted something late. Okay? Okay. Now your assignment for the week. The long-term assignment is one more reading log, pages 66 to 97. That's pages 66 to 97. Oh, pages 66 to 97. Sorry, I got confused with the sides. What did I do with my glasses? Where are my glasses? Honey, where are my glasses? Remember, please, capitalization is important on your reader's response log. If you're going to say Ellie, it's Ellie. If you're going to say German, it's German, okay? You got to capitalize those important words. Please, it's very important. It's very, very unprofessional to have uncapitalized words, especially when you type it. So capitalization, really important. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. You're getting better with using quotes. Most of you guys are using your quotes now, which is really good. Please remember, it's not enough to just quote randomly. You have to explain your quote or analyze your quote afterwards. So if you quote, then after you quote, tell me what that quote means or how that quote is important, okay? Cool. I'm also going to ask some of you, and I'm going to ask everybody now, start to include the page number with your quote. After you use a quote, put parentheses, and you don't even have to put page. Just put the number of the page that you found your quote on, okay? Now this week, we're also going to have a journaling assignment where we're going to kind of journal about what's going on, just a writing activity to journal about what's going on in our lives right now and what's going on in the world right now. So be aware of that coming up this week as well. It's not enough just to do the attendance question. I'm trying to give you guys the benefit of the doubt on most stuff, but if you're just going to do the attendance question, your grade is not going to be good for this marking period. So please make sure that when you log in, you check every posting for the day and you try and do every assignment for the day. You can't just log in, click present, and say you went to school today, because that's not how it works, all right? All right. And at the end of the week this week, we're going to try our first online quiz. It's going to be very short. It's going to be a couple questions, maybe like 5 or 6 multiple choice questions and like 2 or 3 short answers. It's not going to take too long, but I want to make sure that you guys are keeping up with the book. And I think the best way to do that is to do a quiz, because we can't really have these conversations with you, know? Okay. So, there is going to be a quiz on Friday, okay? I'm going to try it. Cool?